student. This is my seventh lecture on matrices. I'm Ranjana from the Department of Mathematics, the Graduate School College for Women. Today, we will discuss about the invertible matrices. So, or the invertible matrices and the inverse or reciprocal of a matrix. Let A be any n-rowed square matrix, then the matrix B if it exists such that AB is equal to BA. If a matrix B if exists and such that AB is equal to BA is equal to IN, that is when we multiply two matrices and they are such that when we multiply A and B the answer come about the unit matrix, then we say that A is invertible to B or B is invertible to A. So it's called the inverse of A. Now a theorem. Every invertible matrix possesses a unique inverse. Unique inverse means if any invertible matrix has a inverse, then that should be unique. That is only one solution that is unique. A, B, any n cross n invertible matrix. And let we suppose that B and C be two invertible matrices of A. Then if B is inverse of A, then we can write AB is equal to BA equal to IN according to the definition. And again, we are supposing here C is also a inverse of A. And with again applying the definition, we can write AC is equal to CA is equal to IN. Then from 1 we have AB is equal to IN. Then pre-multiplying both sides with C. So C into AB can be written as C into IN is equal to C. Then again we have CA is equal to IN. Then post multiplying both sides with B, we get CAB is equal to IN into B is equal to B. Since CAB is equal to CAB, therefore from 2, 3 and 4, we find that B and C is B is equal to C. That is, we have taken two inverse of A, B and C, and at last we come to the conclusion that B is equal to C. So there is only one inverse of a square matrix. So the inverse of a matrix is unique. Now we will discuss another example. Here, existence of inverse theorem. The necessary and sufficient condition for a square matrix A to possess a inverse is that determinant of A should not be equal to 0. So necessary. Suppose we take that A is an n cross n matrix and B is the inverse of A, and we come to the conclusion that the determinant A is not equal to 0. So AB is the inverse of A, so we can write it as AB is equal to IN, and AB the modulus can be written as IN the modulus, and the modulus of IN is equal to 1. So AB modulus can be written as A modulus into B modulus. So A modulus into B modulus is equal to 1. So the multiplication of two non-zero quantities cannot be equal to 1. So a cannot be equal to 0, determinant of a cannot be equal to 0 and determinant of b cannot be equal to 0. Hence, we come to the conclusion that a must be different from 0. Now, if a is not equal to the converse, the a is not equal to 0, then we say that b is the inverse of a. Then b, suppose we take b is equal to adjoint a by determinant of a. Then ab, multiplying, pre-multiplying both side by a, so a adjoint a by a, and a into adjoint a, we find that a determinant of a into in. So after calculation it becomes in. So similarly we can see that ba is also equal to in. So we come to the conclusion that AB is equal to BA is equal to IN. Hence, B is the inverse of A. That is, A possesses a inverse if and only if determinant of A is not equal to 0. So, what is the definition of non-singular and singular matrices? A square matrix A is said to be non-singular if the determinant of A is not equal to 0 or a singular, non-singular, and if it is singular, then a determinant of A is equal to 0. Now we will discuss about the reversal law for inverse of a product. If A and B be two n-rowed non-singular matrices, then AB is also non-singular and AB whole inverse is equal to B inverse into A inverse. This is called reversal law. Also we did reversible law for transpose. Here we are discussing about the reversible law for inverse, that is the inverse of the product is the product of the inverses taken in the reverse order, that is b is taken first then a, if AB is on the left hand side. Let A and B be the two n-rowed non-singular matrices. So modulus of AB can be written as A, the determinant of A into determinant of B, and since determinant of A is not equal to 0 and determinant of B is not equal to 0, hence AB, determinant of AB cannot be equal to 0. Hence, the matrix AB is invertible. Let C be any C, take any member C and let C is equal to B inverse into A inverse. Then C into AB can be written as B inverse A inverse into AB, B inverse A inverse A taken together, we get B inverse IN into B because A, B are two invertible matrices. So in place of B inverse, we can write it as B. A inverse A, we can write it as, IN. So B inverse IN and it is equal to uh, IN. Hence, ABC is equal to ABB inverse A inverse is equal to B inverse taken together and then A inverse, it also gives us IN. So CAB is equal to AB into C equal to IN. So C equal to B inverse A inverse is the C is the inverse of AB, and C is equal to B inverse and A inverse. Next, another theorem. These theorems are also very important. Let A be an n cross n non-singular matrix, then A dash the inverse. That is, taking transpose first and then inverse is equal to A inverse the transpose. That is, the operation of transposing and the inverting are commutative. Let determinant of A is equal to determinant of A is not equal to 0, because we know A dash and the A has the same value of the determinant. So that is not equal to 0. Therefore, the matrix A dash is also non-singular. Now, the A into A inverse is equal to A inverse into A equal to IN, because A is has an inverse. Taking transpose on both sides, A inverse the dash is equal to A inverse into A the dash, and that is equal to IN the dash. And similarly, A inverse the dash into A dash is equal to A dash into A inverse the dash is equal to IN. See here, if we take A inverse as B, so B dash A dash is equal to A dash B dash. So B is the inverse of A. Here also A dash the inverse is equal to A inverse the dash. So the inverse and the transpose are commutative. They can be exchanged. Now, another theorem. Let A be an n cross n non-singular matrix. Then show that A inverse the theta is equal to A theta the inverse, where A theta means the transpose and then conjugate, or first taking the conjugate and then the transpose. Since A theta can be written as A dash the bar. So A dash, the determinant of A and A dash are the same. So in place of A dash bar, we can write it as A determinant of A bar. And that is not equal to 0. Therefore, the matrix A theta is non-singular. Now we are to prove that A inverse, we know the identity A inverse is equal to A inverse, A equal to IN. So taking the conjugate transpose on both sides, we can write it as A inverse the theta is equal to A inverse A the theta is equal to IN the theta. So, applying the reversible law for transpose and conjugate, we can say that A inverse the theta into A theta is equal to A theta into A inverse the theta is equal to IN. So, A inverse the theta is the transpose, is the inverse of A theta. Hence, A inverse the theta is equal to A theta the inverse. So, student, today this much only. Thank you.